Welcome to American Stories on VOA Learning English. Today's story is The Ladies of the Tigers by Brent Sutton. Here is Barbara's place with the story. Long ago, in the very older time, there lived a powerful king. Some of his ideas were romantic, but others caused people to suffer. One of the king's ideas was published a agent of poetic justice. Rights were punished or innocence were decided by the result of Jane. When a person was accused of a crime, his future would be judged in the public arena. All the people would gather in this building. The king sat his up on his ceremonial chair. He raised a shrine, a door under him opened. The accused person stepped out into the arena directly opposite the king's words to door. They were side by side, exactly alike. The person on the title had to walk directly to this door and open of them. He could open whichever door he least. Each the accused man opened one door. Out came 100 tigers. The figure says, "Is the land." The tiger immediately jumped on him and stole him to buy as punishment for his route. The case of Sabbath was thus decided. Iris Bell was sadly bright right west up from the bus mercenary, and the people with hands loud and shut hands slowly. They smiled rarely that one so young and fair, or so old and respected, such how dies this way. But if the accused opened the other door, there came from its full man, a justice, especially for the person. To this lady, his wife immediately married, in honor of his innocence. It was not a problem that he may already have a wife and families, or that he may have chosen to marry other women. The king permitted nothing to interfere with his phrase methods of punishment and reward. As others are opened under the king as a legitimate singer, dancer, and musicians enjoyed the man as the lady. The marriage ceremony was quickly completed. Then the bells made cheerful noise. The people shouted happily, and the innocent man led the new wife to his home, following children who threw flowers on their path. This was the king's method of carrying out justice. Its fairness appeared perfect. The accused person could not know which door was hiding the lady. He opened either his list without knowing whether in the next minute he was to be killed or married. Sometimes the fierce animal came out of one door, Sometimes it came out of the other. This method was a popular one when the people rather on one of the right trial day. They never knew whether they would see a last, lusty, skilless, or a happy ending. So everyone was always interested. And the thinking part of the community would raise no trust of unfinished arrest this plan. This not the accused version how the horse matter is his own hands. The skit has a beautiful daughter who was like him in many ways. He loves her above all humanity. The princess seriously loved a young man who was the best looking and brightest in the land, but he was a commoner, not part of an important family. One day, the king discovered the relationship between his daughter and the young man. The man was immediately is reason. A day was set for his trial in the king's public arena. This, of course, was especially important event. Never before had the common subject been raised enough to love the daughter of the king. The king knew that the, the king knew that the young man would be punished each way if he opened the bride's door. And the king would cast Lisa is watching the series of events, which would judge whether or not the man has done wrong is loving the princess. The day of the trial arrived. From far as near the people gathered in the arena and outside its walls. The king and his wife were in their places, opposite the two doors. All were ready. The child was driven. The door under the king's opened, and the lover of the princess entered the arena. Tall, beautiful, and fair, his appearance was mixed with a shroud of approval and tension. Half the people has not known so perfect a young man live among them. No wonder the princess loved him. Was a terrible thing for him to be there. The young man entered the public arena. He turned to bend to the king, but he distant as the chin of the race ruler. The young man's eyes were fixed on the princess who sat to fry or her father. From the day it was decided that the sentence of her lover should be decided in the arena, she has thought of nothing but this event. The princess has more power, is loose as for a character than anyone who loved ever before been interested in such a case. She has done what no other person has done. She has percent her share of the secrets of the doors. She knew behind which doors stood the tyrant as behind which waited the lady. Guns and the power of a woman's will has brought the secrets to the princess. She also knew who the ladies were. The ladies were was of the loveliness in the kingdom. Now as then the princess has seen her looking at and talking to the young man. The princess hated the woman hidden behind us silent door, as hated her wish on the intensity of, the loose path to her rule long play through or Chester. Her lover stunned to look at the princess. His eyes met hers as she sat there, broader and whiter than anyone in the last ocean of Stan's face around her. He saw that she knew behind which door waited the terror as behind which stood the lady. He has admitted her to know it. The only hope for the young man was based on the success of the princess in discovering this mystery which he looked at her. He saw that she has been successful and he knew she would succeed. Then he quick and tense look asked the question, which it was as clear to her as if he should take it from where he stood. There was no time to be lost. The princess raised her hand and made a short, quick movement toward the right. No one but her lover saw it. Every eyes but his were fixed and on the man in the arena. He returned and with a fear and quick step he walked across the empty space. Every heart stopped beating, every breath was hand, every eyes was fixed upon that man. He went to the door on the right and opened it. Now, the point of the story is did the tiger come out of that door or did the lady? The more we think about this question, the harder it is to answer. It was a study of the human heart. Think of it not as the decision of the question depends upon yourself, but as if it depends upon that host last visit. Her sorrow as a white hat under the fire of sadness uh, and jealousy. She has lost him, but who shall, who should hate him? How often? Is her working hour and is her dream? Has she started its real terror and covers her face with her hand? She talked of her lover opening the door on the other side of which waited the sharp teeth of terror. But how much oftener has she seen him open the other door? How, how has she ground her teeth and tore her hair? When she has his happy face as his others. How often child has but in space when he has seen him run to meet that woman with her look of victory, followed by the happy shot of the brow is with her one satisfied wallet. Would it not be better for him to die quickly and go to wait for her in that last place of the future? And yes, that's Tyler, though right, that's plus her this decision has been so quickly, but it has been made after days as nights of growth of thought. She has known his could be at and she had decided what she would answer, and she has moved her hand to the right. The question of her decision is one not to be lightly considered, and it's not for me to set myself up as the one person able to answer it. And so I believe it's with all of you, which came out of the opposite door, the lady or the tiger. The end.